Because Steph arrived in the NBA.
Well, everybody tried to copy him.
You played through most of that.
Yes, I went through different eras, and Grant was part of a team with 7 seconds or less in Phoenix. And people are like, yeah, it works in the regular season, but it can't work you can't win the championship. They can't win the playoffs for that. They do it, and that's where they kind of change the course of basketball.
Yeah.
That's where it changed. And Steph's not a giant, right? He's not 6'11", 260. He's 6'3", 185. And so every kid around the world can work on the stuff he's working on, and that's why he's a revelation. He's a joy.
And you see kids all the time playing. If you see any kid in the gym anywhere around the planet now, they're not working on the Mikan drill.
No, they're working on shooting and turn around and run back.
Yeah,
they don't even know who Mikan is.
No, they don't.
So let me ask you this from a scorer's perspective. And you one of the greatest scoring guards in our league, can light up for 45, 50, get 20, 25 and a quarter. I look at Steph and, everyone says he's like a point guard, but I don't look at him like a Magic or myself who had to come to the arena and think about scoring plus assists. I look at him more like Iverson, where he come in and he's concentrating on scoring, and he's saying, I got a scorer's mentality, and I'm going to get 40. I'm going to get 30. When you look at Steph Curry now and you compare him to Allen Iverson, how do you compare those two from a scoring standpoint?
I think they're very similar in their mentality. Steph is a very willing passer, very unselfish, but he knows for his role and for his job is to bring that scoring mentality every single night, and that makes his teammates better because he'll make the right play. Right, he'll make the right play, but I'm gonna take the attention, and then I'll get you guys easy shots. He's the evolution of Allen Iverson as far as AI play in the mid-range game, right? Especially in that era. He got to the spot, he faded away, he did the left-right cross, but Steph is taking it out further and further and further. And now he's unlocked the game, so to speak, right?
So last question, right? So Allen Iverson, Steph Curry, you've played against both of them, right? Who put the most fear in your heart?
Hey, now,
you know what I mean?
You got to answer correctly or Twitter going to roast you.
When AI was rolling and Steph rolling, right? Who put the most fear in your heart?
Zeke, I was smart enough to call Q Richardson and them to switch after 2 of them. I said, you know what? Steph look like he's Michael Jackson right now, moonwalking, the floor is lighting up when he takes steps, and Iverson's mentality's not changing. 2 of them, Zeke, I tried, man. I got 2 fouls. You got to switch up. My offense, my defense right now.
Right.
That's a very diplomatic answer.
Yeah.
Steph happened, math also happened. That changed the shot profile for players around the NBA. Question for the group. If Steph continues doing what he's doing here in the finals and the Warriors lose, how would you feel about the possibility of him becoming the second player on a losing team to be finals MVP?
Yeah, I just wasn't raised that way. I mean, we acknowledge, greatness, and you acknowledge, guys doing historic things, special things, but you always reward the winner, right? Even guys making all-star, you can have less numbers, but you won, so you reward winning, right? And so I don't see it happening. I know it's a narrative out there about it right now. It doesn't diminish what he's doing. He's obviously been the best player in the series, win or lose, but I think it would be even better for him, and it would feel better for him if they won and he got the MVP.
I agree with Jamal. I feel that you have to go with the team that wins. And so whoever wins, to the victor goes the spoils. They didn't come up with that phrase for no reason. So if it's Boston, whether that's Tatum stepping up, whether that's Brown, you got to go with them. If it's Golden State, obviously we know it's going to be Steph. But if in a losing effort, I just can't see giving it to a guy that his team didn't win. We'll celebrate the performance. We'll understand what it is. But you got to give the victor their just due.
And, man, I agree with the great Jamal Crawford and Brendan Haywood as well. Look,
I can't be great, too? I can't be the great Brendan
Haywood? I said the great no, he's Jamal Crawford and Brendan Haywood.
And Brendan Haywood.
Too. Yeah, okay.
I like the way you phrase
There's only one great.
I agree with both of them.
There you go. There you go, Jake.
They're both great. No, but seriously, I mean, look, if you want to look back, Brendan played in 2015. LeBron James, when they lost in 2015 in the finals to Golden State, and I think Iguodala was the MVP.
That was a question.
LeBron was. I mean, the numbers he put up.
He led the finals in everything. He led the finals in points, rebounds, steals, blocks, everything.
Yeah, thank you, Brendan.
That's why I'm the great Brendan.
the great Brendan Haywood.
But no, I mean, I think it's about winning. It's about winning. Whoever wins, and obviously Jaylen Brown right now in terms of numbers, as much as it pains me to say that Jason Tatum, part of the Brotherhood, he struggled a bit, but Jaylen Brown has been the best player for Boston.
It took over an hour. It took over an hour to mention the Brotherhood.
What's the Brotherhood? You know what that is?
It's the color of that
Michigan.
tie.
You know I'm my answer.
Never heard of it.
It's the color of that tie you're wearing.
I don't know. Well, I never heard of the Brotherhood.
one thing I love about Duke is Grant Hill. I don't. You know.
I've never heard of the Brotherhood. Never heard of them.
I'll just chime in and I'll just say, no, we don't lower the bar. You keep the bar high. And, you know, the MVP is on the winning team.
Right.
And that's how it should be. Winners win. And when you win, you get rewarded. When you lose, you go home and practice and you try to get better.
And for those of you who don't know, Jerry West is the lone winner from a losing team to win Finals MVP. That was a long time ago. There have been debates over the years a few times, including LeBron back in 2015. Otherwise, it's never happened. And I think most people agree with what you guys said. Philosophically, I don't have an issue with it. I think the bar has to be very, very high.
I agree.
For a player on a losing team to win Finals MVP.
I think Jamal can still go out and get 20 in a game.
Oh, easily.
20 minutes.
Right?
I can get you a point a minute.
Easily. Easily.
Get 20
And I'm
points.
saying it with straight face.
Wait,
He's
he's serious. He's
Yeah, I
serious.
wouldn't.
Oh, he's not kidding. No.
I laugh now. I wouldn't laugh when I said it.
I'm with you when you're right.
Steph Curry still going through his routine after the 43-point game 4.
So, Matt, I wonder, like, does he have, like, you know, what's his music? Like, are we hearing his warm-up music? Is he in tune with the DJ? Does he have, like, you know, okay, when I come out, this is my song, play this, play that, play that. And I don't know if that's the case, or if he just come out and be like, I'm in my zone, I'm doing my thing.
I would say this, if Steph Curry wants warm-up music here in the arena, Steph Curry gets warm-up music here in the arena. I can't help but notice that after Steph stopped by and kind of jumped into our pregame show ahead of Game 2, right over there, about 15 feet away, we're on the other side of the court from his warm-up here for Game 5. Is that a coincidence? I don't know.
That's right. I remember that. You know, it's funny. I mean, Steph, we all know he plays golf, and you're talking about his warm-up routine. And, you know, I'm trying to learn how to play that sport, but it seems like he applies the same kind of approach that a golfer would have. Starts in close, works on it, just finds his rhythm, kind of fooling around a little bit out here. But as you said, gets his touch. I didn't have that kind of touch outside of 15, maybe 20 feet, but it's become box office to watch. People get here early to watch him warm up. It's that exciting. You have to almost be here in person to really, truly understand and respect that.
So when I grew up in Chicago on the west side, right, whenever we played, like, you know, the suburban kids, they could always shoot, right? And we would always say, oh, he got a garage.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And they go, what do you mean he got a garage? I mean, you know, he's got a rim, you know, on his garage, so he can practice shoot. We didn't have a garage. We always, like, was going to the cup. So when I look at Steph, you know, I say, yeah, he grew up, he had a garage.
Steph had a garage?
Yeah, he had a garage.
He had a fiberglass backboard.
Yeah, he had a fiberglass backboard. Yeah.
he had a full court.
Yeah, he had a garage.
Steph may have had more than a garage.
Yeah.
But he's box office. He's such an entertainer.
Yes.
He knows everybody's watching. This is a performance for him. It's no different if we go to see our favorite artists and, you know, at a concert and we want to be entertained. He's entertaining everybody here, and he's so used to it and so, like, locked in with doing that. It's unbelievable to watch.
Has there ever been another player that many people showed up early just to watch them shoot?
No.
Like because when you watch, like, you have people out here, everybody has their phone. They show up just to watch him shoot and do his ball handling drills. Like, I can't think of anybody else where I'm like, man, people are really here early just to watch you shoot in warm-ups.
And this is where the game has changed. It used to be where, you know, fans and everybody was enamored by what you can do in the air. Right? You had to be able to do, like, a whole lot of tricks in the air, dunk and everything else, and people would go, woo, woo. I never thought that people would be so fascinated by the jump shot. Right? We never thought that marketing, you could sell the jump shot. It always, you had to be able to sell what was going on in the air, but now you can sell the jump shot, and you got to give credit to Steph Curry for that.
I agree, Isaiah. And I think about jump shooting. I think about Jamal and the span of your career. So you came in when it was inside out.
Yes.
And over the course of your career, the game has changed. You talked about those 7-second or less teams that I played on. I don't think those Phoenix Suns teams would be in I think they probably would be in last place.
Pace, right?
In terms of pace, dead last.
Pace and also three-point shooting in today's game.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So for you, I'm just curious, do you, and outside of the money, because the money's out extreme, but do you ever think about your game in this era?
Yeah, it was tailor-made for this era.
Right.
Because if you can shoot off the dribble, If you can shoot, catch and shoot, and you can get to the basket, you're unguardable.
Talk to me.
You're a
Talk to
franchise
me.
player.
Yeah.
When I was coming in the league, you had a dominant wing scorer, Grant Hill, Tracy McGrady, Iverson, Paul Pierce. So you had the dominant Shaq,
We
Tim
in
Duncan,
church,
Kevin
y'all.
Garnett.
We at the
That's
revival.
who we
Go
had.
ahead, preach.
So if you took a three-point shot with 22 on the clock, that was considered the worst shot in basketball.
Amen.
So you're saying early in the clock, high pick and roll, pulling up 3 feet behind.
Oh, that was the worst shot.
line.
They get you on the bench.
Oh, hallelujah.
You can do that.
Hallelujah.
But if you can't, if you do it, even if you make it, your coach is going to say, what were you thinking? What are you doing? Do it again, you'll be over here.
Oh, he would have looked at you sideways then,
Yeah.
That's a good shot now.
If you can do it, it's a weapon. If you can do it, you're probably Trae Young, you're probably Steph Curry, you're probably a franchise player now if you can do that.
Now let me jump in and say, because I was coaching Jamal in New York, and one of the greatest shooting performances I ever saw in New York, in Madison Square Garden, right? Jamal dropped 50, and listen closely when I say this, made 16 straight
Heads up.
Oh, nice jump shots.
That was from Steph, by the way.
Made 16 straight jump shots, right? Now, that's when you know you're shooting.
And 8 of the 16 were threes.
That's when you know you're shooting.
Yeah.
16 straight. I mean, I don't know if we've ever seen that in the NBA game.
What team was that against? I hope that wasn't the 50 you gave
no,
us.
They just won the championship. Yeah. They just won the championship. Yeah.
Wow.
Give Miami. And and the next day, he was out for the rest of the season with a broke foot.
Are you serious?
I did on a broke foot. True story.
You dropped that many points on a broken foot.
52 points, came out the game with 7 minutes to go. I had 42 straight points to start the game. 16 straight shots against the world champion Miami Heat.
Wow.
And we
on a broke foot.
And we don't make the playoffs, and I get fired.
But you had a vision, though. You had a vision, though, Zeke. You had a vision. You had a vision. A lot of good players on that team.
That story ended on a downer.
No,
it was going so well.
No, I mean, I'm again, go back and check. And I don't know. This should be in the record book. We should check and see. I don't know if a player in the NBA game has ever made 16 straight jump shots, and as he said, with 8 of them being threes. I mean, he was on fire.
But to see any of you guys in today's game, Grant, do you know how, with all this space, the way you attack that right to left crossover, and Zeke, the way you handle the ball, and Brendan dominating the paint, all this space, but we love it. We love to see it, and I'm glad the game is growing.